Marcilla, I'm curious of what do you see from your experience are some of the biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make online, then maybe they're leaving dollars on the table or losing sales, or maybe not even get the sales that they could potentially make from.
Where do I start? So the number one mistake is what we just mentioned, that people are so focused on getting more followers. And unfortunately, you'd be surprised how many times I've had people reach out to me to help them with their Instagram, but we found out their Instagram had fake followers. And I know it's something that people don't talk about, but it's out there. Yes, you can buy fake followers from any platform. But like I said, those followers will mean nothing. If anything, they'll completely decrease your engagement because the algorithm of each platform, if let's say you have 1,000 followers that are completely fake and maybe 50 are real, every time you post, you're not going to get any engagement on that post, even though it might be the best post ever on that industry. So the algorithm is going to see that and think, okay, this post sucks because I'm just an AI. I don't know what this means, but this post sucks, so I'm not going to show it to anyone. So eventually you end up not growing, lose engagement, and not basically, like, doesn't matter how much hard you work or you hire an agency, no one can help you get out of that. So I highly, highly recommend to not buy fake followers and focus on growing organic. The other mistake is, as I said, is what do you do with those followers? So don't focus as much as growing fast, because also that's a mistake. When you grow too fast, so you're going to have a low engagement. You need engagement to be higher. So try to engage more with the current followers you have. It can be 1,000, it can be 500. Build a trust with them. Ask them what they're interested, like what kind of content would they like you to post, or why they're even following you. So try to build a trust relationship with them and hopefully turn them in your next customer, wherever your product is, if you're a small business, right? Because if you're someone that already has an audience, it's a completely different strategy. The other mistake is, let's say you have a product you're thinking to launch, right? A lot of people just wait on investing on marketing on, let's say, a week before launch. I can do all kinds of crazy stuff when it comes to ads. You can have all the budget, but if you don't have already the community that you've worked hard to build for, let's say, 3 or 6 months, when you launch, you're going to have no one there to buy your product and services. So every time when you launch, I highly recommend people to start even 6 weeks. I'm sorry, 6 months in advance to just build the community, the trust. Even if you don't have any product, provide value, like show them behind the scenes, show them like how, like what you're all about, like attract the right audience. So when you're launching, you already have nurtured your audience and now they're ready to buy or to test your product. And the highest suggestion I usually tell people, give them something to sign up and wait and be excited to wait for that product when it launches. It might be, hey, the first 50 people will win a free product, or I don't know, like a gift card or something that they will be excited to sign up and have those emails collected. So when you launch, you know who you're selling to. You already have community that is waiting there with their credit card to pay for your product. There's a lot, but this is kind of like what I have in my mind for now.
Yeah, no, I mean that's great. That's great stuff. So I hope they were also valuable for others watching. Marcilda, is there anything else that you would like to share as far as maybe a message or anything else? We've kind of reached the end of the interview. We could stay here forever because there's a lot to talk about. Digital marketing is such a wide field, and there's a lot of things you could say and you can give value on. But maybe you can come back on another interview. But for now, is there anything else that you would like to say that's like a last message that you'd like to leave our viewers with?
So I guess like the message would be for especially the smaller businesses that are starting, and there's a lot of business that started since like the pandemic, which is an empowerment in itself. But all these entrepreneurs, you know, they're not expert on sales, they're not expert on business strategy or even like social media. So definitely to utilize you or myself, depending what they're trying to like get, even if it's like per hour session, and get trained on what they're missing out or what they need to do. And I know we've talked about that we want to do a training together and helping all type of like communities. Might be people that are maybe just having a side hustle. They're trying to grow their multi marketing, you know, like product that they're trying to like. There's like a lot of like companies right now that they're offering the multi level marketing or coaches. We are working on a training, a program. They'll be delivered by both of us. So definitely, you know, we'll probably post some link or email below for people to reach out, or I see you also have your email over there. So definitely for people to sign up. We are actually going to have a very hands-on with homework sessions on how to grow from step 1 to step like 5 and basically grow their account to the next level. So all the things that sometimes they have those resources from the multi-level marketing, but they're outdated and they're not talking much about, let's say, the Instagram growth or the Facebook, or how to even come up with ideas to get clients. You know, like people rely on their friends and family, which I think should be the opposite. They should rely more on people that they don't know by doing the right things on social media and growing. So definitely email Elona or even like somewhere on the on the bottom of the screen. And yeah, we'll keep you updated once we launch it, and hopefully this will be a success and help more and more entrepreneurs to grow.
Yeah, no, this is an example of strategic partnership, which I love. It's about putting our brains together and walking people through the strategy and also how to actually navigate the online space and personalize everything, because everyone's a different stage in business. I think people sometimes forget that and we just kind of follow random things.
Yeah.
But that's very harmful, because then when you get discouraged, you don't get the results because you really haven't really been through the process, and there's got to be a personalized process. So that's why I love the word strategy, and what I do is all about that. And also, leveraging your expertise and all your team that you have to really help with all these different accounts of where you have to be. So we definitely want to bring our brains together and come up with this training for anyone that's interested, whether you, like you said, in MLM, and also in if you're a coach and you like to position yourself, position your expertise, and how do you navigate that world. So definitely they can email, they can find me anywhere this interview is, send a message, and then once we have a list of people that are interested, we will definitely give the rest of the details. So I'm excited about that. I think this is definitely something in the making. And this is how we're also a great example of community building and nurturing relationships, because that's how we nurtured our relationship. So,
Yeah.
and really beautiful
We
things.
met like randomly, right? Like we didn't know each other, and we saw right away that we could like help one another. Because helping like that complementary. Like you had something that I didn't know because you were early in the business. You have more experience than I do when it comes to business strategy and also like the community building and all that. So definitely that's what we are talking about: relationships, partnerships, and just network, network, network. That's the key to success.
Absolutely. And I'm just excited for all these other things that we could do, but it's all about relationships, because once we give value and learn about one another, you can do amazing things, and you just never know what their journey will land. So once you've invested that time, it always will come back to you tenfold, as I always say. So yeah, absolutely. Marcela, thank you so much. We've reached the end of the interview. Thank you for all the tips, and you're welcome back to our show. I know there's so much more that we can talk about, but I think it will be for today, it will be enough. Thank you so much for coming, and I wish everybody a good weekend, and we'll see each other on another show. Thanks so much for your time, Marcela.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.